welcome back to my channel. It's Sugarbread Cat. If you're new here, hi, welcome, hope you stay. And today we'll be doing a speed paint of Lucifer from Obey Me. Today is Lucifer's birthday, and I just wanted to make a birthday illustration because I haven't done a birthday illustration for a character in a long time. I have a habit of just either completely forgetting about it or forgetting to put it in my calendar and then seeing all the art for it and then just being like, oh, I totally missed it for like the second or third year in a row. So this time I finally got to it. I worked on the drawing from about 1 in the afternoon yesterday until 2 a.m. in the morning, and I just finished the last details this morning. And the day I post this is also the day I'm doing the recording and editing for it. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm a mess, but that's okay. It's a part of being human. Anyway, let's talk about the speed paint. So for the speed paint portion, I did Lucifer's usual hair in his usual style. I was debating on whether I wanted to do it slicked back, but I didn't really have enough time to do that, and I felt like that would take away from his character design a little bit and thus make him a little less recognizable. So I kept his usual hair. For his expression, I wanted it to be like kind of more alluring and just kind of looking at the viewer. I felt like that would be a little more interesting, and also because Lucifer is kind of like the game dev's favorites in both like events, cards, and he usually is kind of supposed to be the most alluring one out of all of them, even though like we have Asmodeus, but whatever. And for his outfit, I did his normal outfit, though I nixed the coat mainly because I wanted to cut down a little bit on the details because I was running on like little steam and also little time. I also decided to play with the line weight a little bit for this and thicken the lines where shadows would be in the line art. I never actually did this before, and I just wanted to see how it would look, and I ended up liking it. I liked it a lot. Now, the hands were a bit difficult. The hand holding the cupcake was the easy one, while the one that's supposed to be sitting on his side was difficult, and I just wanted to scream, cry, and throw my Apple Pencil at the wall because it was that frustrating. Though, to help with shadow placement for the speed paint, I drew a little miniature sun in the corner just so I have an idea of where the light's coming from. I didn't really want to put a light source in the art, but I felt like if I just had like a little indicator of where it's coming from while I was doing the line art and adding shadow, it would be easier. Then I also had to throw the image back in just so I would have a little bit of an idea on what colors I'm going to use. I went for the original colors just because I just wanted to keep this as recognizable as possible, and I didn't have the bandwidth for making very many creative decisions at the moment in time when I was making this, because I was running on little to no sleep at this point. Something that I haven't done in a while is shading in a sense where it's not just gray under like a multiplier layer where I would just have those shadows. This time I decided I would try and do like a little bit of gentle shading on the cheek and on the face, also on the hands, mainly because I just wanted to add like a little bit more depth to the piece, and I don't know, I just felt like it would look cool. Now for the hair, I ended up making it a little too blue in the beginning, but I changed the highlights to a more blue-green so that way I could have like better highlights on the hair and it wouldn't look so monotone in color. Also, it would be easier to see where the light's coming from as well. And now that I think about it, I didn't want to have like an obvious light source where there would be like light shining down from like the corner or the top of the page. It was more just like a little subtle hint to depth that I wanted to add but I didn't want it to be too there, you know? I don't know. It was just like a little decision I made in the heat of the moment that I decided to keep. I also added some more, I don't know how to call it, but I rendered the lips more. Mainly because they gotta look absolutely kissable because Lucifer is just, yes. Best way to describe him. Just yes. After that, I put some more shading in the pants and the shirt. I used the blend tool to blend it out, and yeah, that's basically it for shading decisions. And I did add some more highlights on the hair later on. I do want to talk about what I like in Lucifer as a character real quick. He seems like the more mature and responsible older brother. There are some pretty funny moments between him and Memon. I don't know, I feel like some of his punishments could be handled a bit better, but at the same time, I just find him really funny, like both of their interactions. Like, I love Mammon, but sometimes he just needs to tone it down a little bit. Like, I know that they have their sins for a reason, and it's hard to control because it's kind of a little bit who they are. Like with Satan and his wrath, Beale with his hunger, Belfi just falling asleep anywhere and everywhere. So yeah, I get that he's pretty prideful and like admitting mistakes is hard as hell, even for people who aren't literally the embodiment of the sin of pride. So yeah, I totally get that. I have a hard time admitting when I'm wrong, so yeah, I understand. But I also like Lucifer's design. I don't know, it kind of reminds me of Jum and Han. They kind of have like a similar kind of vibe to them, and I find that kind of funny. I kind of realized that all Otome men kind of fall into their own little vibe sectors, and you have like a few of these main vibes for each character in each game, like the rich kind of daddy-esque in a sense. Like, they get the title daddy even though they aren't, like, fathers. They just have that energy. You always have one of these, or multiple of these, in any Otome game. Like, it is a staple of the genre at this point. And I am all here for it, because that is kind of my favorite type in a sense. And then there's the himbo. I'm looking at you, Diablo, Beelzebub. Those are also two of my favorite staples. But back to Lucifer. I do like his outfits. They have like very cohesive designs. They're more formal, so he pulls them off really well. Man looks just gorgeous in a suit. Though my only issue is with his Arabian Night outfit. I feel like if there was just like a teensiest bit more skin showing, then that would be better. I know his whole vibe is like formal, and with formal wear for men, you don't really have like a lot of skin showing, but I feel like it would have looked better. Most of the other brothers, well, all of them, had like quite a bit of skin on display. Mammon and Beale, if I remember correctly, having the most skin on display. So I feel like if Lucifer had like a slightly deeper neckline, or maybe his sleeves were a bit shorter, then it would look better. But that's just my opinion. So after my little rant about what I like about Lucifer and just Otome game drama, Otome game just nonsense, I'll just talk a little bit about the background. So I did use a halftone brush from a free brush pack on Procreate because I had no clue what to do. So I just did 3 different layers of different colored halftones and just moved them around a bit, thus creating the background. And for the happy birthday portion, I did that in red lettering, just so it would stand out a bit more against the blue and slightly purplish background, though it wasn't really standing out as much as I wanted it to, so I outlined it in white. That way there would be more of a separation, thus it would be easier to see and recognize. And I kind of did it in half of the happy part and then like the full birthday part, mainly because I was getting a little tired of it. This lining actually took a lot longer than I anticipated. I thought it would take like 15 minutes maybe, but it ended up taking like 45, and I have no fucking clue how that happened. But yeah, this is the finished piece. It is on my Instagram, so if you would like to see it, go there. And like, comment, share, and subscribe. It helps support my art and get it out there. And I have a question for the comments section. If I made this a print, would you be interested in it? It would be an 8x8 print, and basically that. I would sign the back of it, or the front if you want, and it would be available on my Etsy. So just let me know if you guys would be interested in that. I think it would be an interesting addition to my shop. Here's an art piece that I made recently. It would really mean a lot if you went over to my Instagram to leave a like on it and just leave a comment. I work really hard on both my videos and my art, so it just really means a lot. And it also just helps me reach more people and get my art seen. So I would really appreciate if you did that.